Hello and welcome to the Pause podcast with me, Faye Cornhill.
And me, Helen Hopkins. It's time to grab a cuppa because today's an exciting day, isn't it?
Well, in that this is our first ever go at this.
Yes. We'll be all right, Faye. We've got this.
Well, I hope so. I've got cards and I've got you, so yeah. I think we'll be all right.
You're a pro. And we've got microphones.
Yeah.
All good.
What could go wrong?
Nothing. Nothing can go wrong.
Hells, what's Pause? What are we doing here?
Pause is about two really good friends coming together and sharing our insight and wisdom about messy midlife. We have had so many conversations about what women really need. We're both in our mid-40s, early 40s, should we say?
Should we say early?
Early 40s.
Let's keep it there.
And we're both navigating health changes, life changes, and we wanted to come together to create a movement of women that need great advice, great community, that want to be heard and seen. And that's, for me, what Pause is all about.
I don't think I could say it better, so I shan't attempt.
Okay, done.
But it's funny because we've had so many conversations, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, should have recorded that. Which we did. We didn't do it before, but we're officially here. And yeah, I think exactly what you've said. A nice, safe little space. What I'm noticing through conversations with other people that you meet, other friends, is that this can be quite a little full-on moment in life, actually.
Yeah.
Because, not everyone has kids, but if you've had kids, usually they're starting to be like quite a challenging age.
Yeah.
Those teenage years can kind of throw up stuff that we don't know what we're doing.
No,
do we?
Exactly.
You reach a stage either in your career or running a business where things can feel very heavy and people make assumptions that you know what the hell you're doing. And we kind of don't. We can have challenges, as you've experienced, Helen, and I know you'll be sharing on some of the episodes, with family changes and illness in your family. And, when you're a teenager, those things seem so far away, don't they?
They do. And I always used to think, the messy middle, like, when people talk about that messy midlife, like you just think, oh, that's so far away and how ridiculous. Why don't you just manage it better? And as you and I both know, teenage children navigating parenthood at a time where social media is so prevalent, and there's so many loud voices on the internet. We were the kids where we'd get on our bikes and we'd disappear for the afternoon and go to the park and
be back by sunset.
Exactly. And so I think we're navigating a totally different time. And so for me, coming together, joining together for these conversations is really, really important because we know we're not the only ones that are talking about this.
Well, we're hoping that it's not just us and our
but also if
mums listening.
Yeah, exactly. If you maybe there are people listening who don't have really close friendships, who actually don't feel that they can have these conversations. Not everyone is as open as us, and there will be quite a lot of open conversations.
Yes.
We will be talking about body changes, vaginas, all of the things.
All of the gravity taking hold.
And it might be that you can't have these conversations with your friends. So for me, this is about opening up the door, listening, grabbing a cup of tea, taking a break, allowing yourself to pause and joining in the conversation, whether that is a lurker. I don't mind a lurker.
I quite like lurkers. I think I've been a lurker in many scenarios when I'm not quite confident enough to be like, I identify with you guys when I'm just a little bit curious.
Yeah.
I think
we'll have some lurkers and we'll have some people who are very vocal and some people who won't agree with what we're saying. And we want all those conversations.
Yes.
Because ultimately we just want to encourage and inspire women to talk more, be open more. And obviously we've got teenage girls, so we know that we're trying to pave the way to make it easier for them as they grow.
God help us.
Good luck to us.
Do we think midlife is a bit of a rubbish
it's
word?
Awful. But I like
it? Do we need to come up with something better than that?
I feel like we need to rebrand that. But I do like the essence of messy midlife because that is
also quite like midlife, getting halfway somewhere.
We probably are halfway though.
I know. Is that just a bit terrifying? Am I in denial?
You're probably in denial. Just take a breath. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll rebrand it for the next episode. It's fine. But I think it's that messy, like your hormones changing, your body's changing, your kids, if you have kids, are suddenly a bit older. They do and don't need you and are navigating a lot themselves. If, like me, maybe you've got aging parents or your parents have passed away and you're navigating that. Like, actually, it is okay to be a real human. And we see so much on Instagram and on social media about not much of the reality. And, you know, obviously I spend my life on Instagram, so I see the good, the bad, and the very ugly on that space. And actually, I want to be one of those people who normalizes the normal. You know, like talking about grief and about changes in my body and about the difficulties that I face in my everyday life. And I know that you're the same.
Definitely. I love podcasts, but I find it sometimes I can't relate because I've passed that phase in my life. So if I'm listening to someone talk about, you know, sticky, soft play centers and weaning and stuff, I'm like,
what?
I almost feel like a sense of sadness that my life, I'm past that.
Yeah.
And podcasts weren't really a thing when I was doing that phase of life.
Yeah.
Or if they were, I just didn't even really know about them.
Yeah.
And so I think it's nice to have age-appropriate conversations.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And ultimately, an open and honest and raw conversations.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what you're going to find here at Paul.
Absolutely. So who is Helen Hopkins?
So I have a business which is called the Batch Cooking Co. And it's to teach busy mums how to save time and money in the kitchen. So I spend most of my time in the kitchen. I have an amazing community and I love talking about food, but I also know that there are bigger conversations that I want to have, and that's why I love Pause. I have 2 beautiful teenage children, an amazing husband. I absolutely love a holiday. We'll come on to that. I love a holiday and I love a shopping trip. What about you, Faye?
I run a couple of different businesses.
Wait, do we need to just set the tone here? Like a couple of different businesses. Like, is this going to take ages?
No, I'm just going to leave it at that. I think I'll leave it at that. I have been running my own businesses, as you know, Helen,
hugely successfully.
You're like my.
I'm like your
fangirl.
I'm your fangirl
/ cheerleader.
Yeah. That's the only reason I'm here. Really. Just a fan on you.
So yeah, been running businesses since my 20s when I had the kids, and I really love my entrepreneurial life. I don't think I was put on earth to work for someone else necessarily.
For me, unemployable I am.
And I just love growing businesses, and most importantly, I love helping other people grow businesses. So that is the crux of what I do,
but
as you know.
Ultimately, as you were calling me a cheerleader, ultimately you're a cheerleader, aren't you?
Yeah.
You inspire and you gift information and you lift people up to create amazing, incredible, life-changing businesses.
Yeah. I mean, thanks, Hels. I'll get you to write the copy on my website. But yes, that is what I do. And that is what I love doing. I love seeing people who weren't entirely sure it was possible change their life in extraordinary ways, which self-employment, growing your own business, being an entrepreneur can absolutely do that. So yeah, that's what I do through a couple of different ways, and I love it. I'm married. I live in Buckinghamshire, 2 teenagers who I adore 99% of the time, 2 Labradors.
I feel like we should have Cilla Black here. Faye, tell me a bit about you, why you're here.
Is the door going to go back?
Yeah. And Phil will appear on the other side.
Right, yeah, Phil, that's right.
Yeah. Mustn't leave him out.
So that's me.
Amazing.
And that's us, and together we're Pause. And you know, why have we done this? Weirdly, I actually can't remember the first time we were like, we should do this thing, but we kind of just did.
Yeah, I actually remember I was at the school run and you had an idea for something. So we've been friends for a long time, haven't we? And you've helped me in my business a lot, and you continually inspire me and make me get into very cold water when I don't want to. All of those good things that good friends do. And I got this text message from you saying, I've got this idea and I don't want to do it with anyone else but you. And I was so blown away and so flattered.
That's exactly how it went. My brain fog took over for a second. Hels, you brought it back to me.
And I remember being at the gate, and as you know, busy business life, busy home life, no time for newness. But I just replied saying, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Like, what we're doing. And we've gone through a couple of different ideas, haven't we?
Yes.
But we've landed on a podcast to share our views and our thoughts and our feelings about the world, because I think our conversations are really valuable.
Yeah. And 100% we should have pressed record before.
We did, yeah.
Oh, like we've had some chats.
We've had some really funny chats, mainly about our body parts and me asking ridiculous questions that you're like, What are you even talking about?
I think we need to cover some of those actually. At some
Helen's
point.
ridiculous questions. That's like a whole podcast.
And they are good. I'm going to just put that out
We
there
need
now.
to save them. Faye loves a Google spreadsheet. That's all I can say. And I really dislike a Google spreadsheet. And every time she's like, can you save it here? I'm like, no, I can't. I'll send it to you via email.
It's funny actually, because we are in many ways chalk and cheese.
We are, yeah.
But somehow land together on the things that are important.
Exactly. And I think we have a common belief that more conversation is best.
Yeah. I think I was in denial. It's weird because, you know, some people get really het up about being a certain age.
Yeah.
And like, obviously my most recent big birthday was my 40th, which was in lockdown. Actually, we've just come out of lockdown. So it was rule of 6.
Busy party.
Remember the rule of 6. And yeah, I've completely forgotten where I was going with that.
Well, this is perimenopause for you.
I mean, that's a trailer right there for the show, isn't it?
That is definitely it. Basically, 2 women having a conversation. Hopefully one of us can remember what we were talking about.
Oh, good grief. So, yeah.
I think you were talking about the fact that we're chalk and cheese. And then you start talking about your birthday, but I don't know where that was.
Oh, I know. I've got it. Praise. So people get really worried about big birthdays.
They do.
Right? And I remember when I turned 40, a lot of my friends were like, oh, gosh, we're going to be 40. And like jokingly being nervous about being 40.
Yeah.
And I think 40 was a moment for me that like it forced me to embrace everything, all this new landscape of this, for want of a better word, midlife.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy now I've done that.
Yeah.
I loved my 30s. I just had great years. Both kids were born when I was in my 20s, and I really loved my 30s because it was about like becoming a mother and starting my companies. And now I'm in my 40s. I really feel like I know who I am.
Yeah.
And I think that has been the gift of midlife for me. It hasn't been without its challenges. And, you know, we're going to talk, we've got an episode coming up about HRT, which is all the mess possible. But I think both of us have really accepted and are enjoying where we're at. And we're hoping that conversations, if I can remember what the heck I'm saying, are going to inspire other people to feel really good about it.
Definitely. Because the thing is, each chapter comes with its challenges, isn't it? We've both got teenagers, and that is definitely a really new, exciting, and sometimes quite challenging chapter. But the reality is we are all doing the best we can. We're all just normal people. And ultimately, these conversations make normal life normal. And that's what I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm really helping everyone see that wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in life, whatever you're navigating, there's always a solution. There's always a way past it. And I'm really excited to be here. I love hanging out with you, but I also love chatting. So win-win.
Perfect. And we've got some really good episodes coming up. We're going to talk a lot about body changes. We're going to talk about HRT. We're going to talk about raising teenagers. We're going to talk about grief, hope, passion, all of the things.
All of the things. So, but we do have, before we wrap this up, we've got a little this and that, haven't we? Because I wanted to do this because...
This or that.
This or that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatevs. All right. At least I can remember what I was trying to say.
Touche.
We're also going to get a lot of this. But we are very different, aren't we?
Yes.
In the way that we operate, in the way that we show up. Yet, I think our friendships are so important.
Yeah.
So, are you going to do the first one?
This is brilliant. If I can read your writing.
You're so...
Okay, number 1.
Yes.
Relaxed holiday or adventure holiday? I mean, it's just ridiculous that I'm even asking you this.
Oh my God, relaxed holiday. I want to sit by the pool. I want to sit on the beach. I want to eat amazing food. I only actually plan trips around the restaurants I'm going to, really. I'm about to go on some big trips, and I'm already researching restaurants. Mark's like, my husband, he's like, oh, where do you want to go to visit? I'm like, I don't care where you take me to like go and see some culture. I just want to eat in all these restaurants.
Wow.
I know. What about you? I know what you're going to say.
I'm adventure holiday.
Rainy Mac, give me a mountain. That's Faye.
I mean, it's not like through and through. It's not like if you said, Faye, we're going to the Maldives tomorrow, that I would reject you. Because
no, you wouldn't reject me. You'd make me go on some sort of like...
Yeah. if we were going, we'd be
Some sort of
doing
boat
something.
Whereas I just want to like do nothing.
Get very bored very, very easily. I find sitting by the pool holiday very frustrating, very triggering.
Well, we can't go on holiday together.
Okay. Well, we could if you come on an adventure.
Well, you could go and you could send me pictures. No, actually, in fairness, I do like
You
adventure.
do love an adventure.
I do like adventure. I do like to see new things, and I do like a walk. You know, I love like a little walk.
Yeah. Okay.
A ramble. So there are certain things that I would do.
I'll work on it.
You went on a snow holiday once, didn't you? Which was like some sort of walking snow holiday.
Yeah, a walking snow holiday. I went cross-country skiing.
Yeah, that's it.
Holiday.
Walking snow holiday.
Yeah. My husband bought that for me for Christmas.
I know, he knows you well.
He does. He got a lot of brownie points for that one.
Well done.
Cross-country skiing was amazing.
Yeah. And you went on a boat recently?
Yes, he bought that. That was
Did
Phil.
Phil's getting all the
Shout
gold
out
stuff.
to Phil. Yes, he bought me a sailing holiday. I learned to sail.
Mark's like, we're going to this amazing city. We're going to Japan soon. And he's like, we're going to Japan. And I'm like, great, I'm planning all the food and he's planning all the adventure. Brilliant.
Sweet versus or savoury?
So I'm pre-diabetic, or I was pre-diabetic. So previously sweet, because you know I love a sweet treat. But really, I lean into savoury now. What about you?
I think I might be the same. And I think it's an age thing. I would have always gone like happily taken the dessert over the main course.
Oh, yeah.
Like give me the sundae and I'll just skip the lasagna.
Yeah.
But I think I'm teetering towards savoury.
Well, I actually named my first company on puddings. So my first company was called Pudding Bridge, and it basically was the time in a meal where you would decide if you were going to have pudding. So you want to basically
did not know that about you.
So but then that's probably why I became pre-diabetic, because all I did was think about pudding. Not anymore.
I do love an STP.
I wondered where you were going with that. STP. Talk to me.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, see,
you have to be really careful when you're in a restaurant and you ask for an STP. You really need to enunciate the P.
Well, the thing is, this podcast, nothing's off.
No, I mean, let's talk about that at some point. Night out versus night in.
Oh, night in, always.
Oh, 100%. I think we agree on that entirely.
And in bed by 9:30.
That's late for me.
Is it? What time do you go to bed?
9 is my target.
I love that. And I particularly love this last one. And I only put this in just to upset you, really.
This does upset me greatly. I don't even know if I can say that.
Well, I'm going to say it instead then. So I obviously cook a lot. And I cook a lot of vegetarian food and vegan food. That's kind of my bag. I eat a lot. I eat meat and other proteins, but I just cook a lot of vegetarian food. And my favourite vegetable of all vegetables is mushrooms. And Faye absolutely detests mushrooms. So I added mushrooms or peppers at the bottom just because I wanted for everyone to see your reaction about mushrooms.
I'm going to go with the peppers.
Oh, how unusual!
So
I didn't
strange.
see that coming at all.
I think it was like my 25th birthday party or something. I went out for a meal and a friend of mine...
Oh, brought you a mushroom cake?
No. Said...
That's a different type of cake.
No, that would be terrible. He said, I'll give you £50 if you eat this mushroom. And I ate that was the last mushroom I ate. And it was a real battle. And I felt...
Did you vomit back up?
No, I got through it. I mean, I will do most things for cash, so...
well, there's a blooper for us.
I ate the mushroom.
Okay.
But I think they are horrific things.
But we also now know that Faye will do most things for cash.
Yeah. So on that note,
tune into our next episode. Today was really just to kind of just kickstart our journey, wasn't it?
It was, just so that people know if they're going to listen, who they're going to be listening to. But like I said, we've got some really good episodes coming up. Yeah. So if you do want to like and subscribe, please do so. And we've got plenty of goodness coming your way.
Amazing. We'll see you next time. See you. Bye.
Bye. Coming up in the next episode of the Pause podcast, we're going to be talking about balance in midlife.
And isn't this a tricky old subject? We're going to be talking about our definition of balance, how we achieve it, and how we feel when we're in and out of balance. We can't wait to see you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.